The Chicago Bulls have offered qualifying offers to Ayo Dosumnu, Coby White, and a two-way deal to Terry Taylor. What does that mean for this Bulls team moving forward? Are they going to be the favorites to lock these guys up, and should they keep them around if somebody should offer more? All that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So the Chicago Bulls have offered qualifying offers per Keith Smith of Sports Track to Coby White, Ayo Dosumnu, and a two-way qualifying offer to Terry Taylor. All three players are now restricted free agents on July 1st. And I guess here's the question, right? Do you like the fact that the Bulls are making these qualifying offers? AK did say that they would offer qualifying offers to both of these guys. And I mean, here's my big takeaway from all of this. You had to throw a qualifying offer out these guys' way. One, just for the compensation that could come even if they were to leave. But I think at the end of the day, you look at this as a situation to develop your young guys. I actually recorded a completely different video that will now come out later about why the Bulls aren't as far away from success as many Bulls fans think they are. And one of the ways to get to success, one of the keys to get to success is not by giving up on your young players. And so to me, I think that this is the right move to make. I think that you try and keep both of them around if you can. We talked about Coby White fitting a need, right? He's got to improve on the shooting a little bit, but I think he was a lot more impactful offensively last season. And I don't think just because of one down year, you instantly just move off of Ayo Dosumnu and you say, we're done with you. We don't need you, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing at the end of the day. When I look at this Bulls team, when I look at what this Bulls team can be, when I look at how this Bulls team is going to take step forward, it has to happen in player development. It has to happen in the development of these young pieces. And yeah, Ayo Dosumnu had a down year. The only thing I hate about this situation is that we're here because Marko Simonovic got the 3-year deal, and because for him basically to not play any time on this team. It's the only thing I hate about this whole situation. But let's look at it piece by piece here. When I look at Ayo Dosumnu, his part of this. I mean, I don't think that anybody's going to offer him too much more. I believe his was a $5.2 million qualifying offer. Let me double check that real quick. I know Coby's is 7.2. Trying to see here if it is listed. I believe that it is a $5.2 million qualifying offer for Ayo Dosumnu. And I just don't think Ayo showed a lot. I think that a lot of people like Ayo. I think that they look at Ayo as a really nice piece, right? Defensively, you hope that he's able to get himself back. But I don't think that he showed you enough offensively. I don't think that he showed you enough at the end of the day for a team to come in and say, we have to offer you more. We have to take this guy off your hands. So I do think that Ayo Dosumnu will probably end up being okay sticking around in this restricted free agency. Coby White's an interesting one. I'm not going to lie. Coby White is a very, very interesting one because to me, I look at Coby White in a situation of a player who is, I think that people can see where the offensive ability is with Coby White, and they would look down the road and say, that's a player that we would like to have on a lower money deal. And if we can get him at basically a little bit of nothing, you know what I'm saying, then the Chicago Bulls, or then, you know, our future might be a little bit brighter with a scorer like that, with somebody off of our bench like that. And I think that this is the thing. Both guys to me project as bench pieces no matter what. Both guys to me project as underrated pieces. What's the word I'm looking for here? Both guys projected me how teams see them in free agency. This is the thing, not how they're going to end up, but how teams see them in free agency as role players. That's the word I'm looking for. As role players on the team. I don't think anybody sees them as this massive, we have to have this guy, he's the piece that pushes us over the top kind of player. But You know, I think that a lot of teams would look at Ayo Dosumnu, would look at Coby White, especially Coby White, and say, you know what, that little spark, that little bit that he can add, him going on those runs for the Bulls last season, those are things that got the Bulls some wins, and we could use that on our team. So I think that Coby White might be a little bit tougher. His qualifying offer comes in at about 7.4 mil for next season. Yeah, 5.2 mil for Ayo, by the way. I think that this is a deal that probably does get done, but I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody come in and maybe offer 10 or 12, just a situation to try and put the Bulls in a little bit of a worse situation cap wise, I guess, you know, at the end of it. And I guess here's the question. If somebody does offer more, should the Bulls match? Now, again, it comes down to the number, but let's say that it's close, right? Let's say it does go from 7 to 10 per year. Should the Chicago Bulls match in that situation? For Coby White, I think that I've seen enough to say that I'd be willing to match that, even just for the fact that you could still trade away a player like Coby White and get value back on a guy like that, and maybe even get more value than you thought you'd be able to get in that situation. Because remember, Coby White was a name that popped up in many trade scenarios for the Chicago Bulls. So I could see that working out for the Bulls in the Bulls' favor as a guy who, okay, yeah, we're gonna re-sign you, we're gonna hold on to you, we like you, we're gonna try and continue to develop you. We got the shooting coach in here, we got a new player development, head of player development. We're going to build on this player that developed so much from last season to this season, and hope that continues. And worst case scenario, right, he just doesn't fit. I don't think Coby's ever going to be a bad player, but I think there might be a situation where Coby White doesn't fit with the Chicago Bulls, and then in that case, you end up moving on from him. Ayo Dosumnu's tough, right? Like, I don't know if anybody's going to sit here and break the bank for Ayo, but the thing with Ayo is that your question mark is, can you find another Ayo? And as of right now, the player that I hope that he becomes is the Drew Holiday type of player. But as of right now, I can find another Ayo Dosumnu. I can find another player who's a defender, long. I mean, AK continues to find them basically. And I just feel like, right, a guy that, you know, has things to work on, has a shot to work on, different things like that. I feel like I can find that again. Coby White again brings the speed. Ayo's a tough one for me, because I like him. He's Chicago. I want him to be here. But at the end of the day, he's a player based on how he's played right now that is replaceable. Now, listen, Coby White is also very replaceable, but I think that Coby's maybe shown you a little bit more. I don't expect the Bulls to get rid of both of these guys. So if I was going to keep one, I would keep Coby over Ayo. Let me know how you guys feeling in the comments below. Which player would you keep if they did come in at a little bit of a higher price? Be interesting to see. Another situation that's very interesting that is developing here. The fact that they offered a two-way deal to Terry Taylor, a qualifying offer on a two-way deal to Terry Taylor. Terry Taylor is a player who was said by a host of Locked On Pacers that he is the best small rebounder in the league when he actually gets minutes. He is one of the best undersized rebounders in the league. Rebounding is something that the Bulls struggled with at times last season. I don't see that as you have to go get this guy. You're going to have to, you know, go out and re-sign this guy, but they like what they've seen from Terry Taylor, I guess. So they offer him the two-way deal here. I'm very curious to see what that means for Justin Lewis at the end of the day. I thought that Justin Lewis was a guy that many of us were high on, that many teams were high on. And, if that is the case, right, you're offering Terry Taylor the qualifying offer. They've also reportedly signed UConn's big man Adam Sanago to a two-way deal as well. And is there this offer that is coming in for which seems like that report has gone away? That also changed as well, right? Everybody was reporting that we had signed Onrami Bitum, or Ornerlop, I should say, my bad, Ornerlop Bitum. If that's not a deal that's on the table anymore, I guess I kind of see how everybody fits into this. But if that is a deal that the Bulls are still trying to go out, still trying to offer, still trying to, right? Like it basically said the Bulls aren't offering anything to Omari Bitlap. That's the last that we heard. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I said my man's name wrong again. Ornerlop Bitum. But I don't know how Justin Lewis fits in that equation if he does go out and trade for it, or if they do go out and sign that guy. So I think that that's going to be a really interesting situation. Like Justin Lewis was a guy the Bulls were very high on last season. Remember, he ended up tearing his ACL going into training camp, I believe. And so, you know, it was a tough blow for him last season. Maybe they're looking to move off of him after the ACL. Maybe he's not moving the same way. They're not seeing something they like from him. I really want to see how that develops, because I thought Justin Lewis could be a really, really good piece for the Chicago Bulls, especially coming in at that 4 position. And I think that Adam Sanago will be a really good piece for the Chicago Bulls. Terry Taylor, I really don't know about, right? Like he's just a guy that like was on the team last year, got a little bit of time here and there, but I just really don't know what he brings as of yet, because we didn't see a ton of it. But hey, I want to know how you guys feel in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the Bulls offering Ayo Dosumnu and Coby White qualifying offers? Do you think that Justin Lewis makes the team? I'll be down there talking with you guys as well. As always, it is your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago Bulls content. Click the links on the screen to check the links in the description below. And if you're here just for the Bulls content, you only come to the Breeze for the Bulls content, you want to continue to get those short videos of just Bulls content, make sure to click here and subscribe to the Chicago Bulls Breeze. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.